So you are thinking about purchasing a property here in the Henderson, city of Henderson, and you want to know the pros and the cons. Well, in this video, we're definitely going to jump into the pros and a few of those cons in regards to living here in Henderson, Nevada. And as we always like to say on this channel, guys, let the show begin because we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in Henderson, Nevada, or any other place in the Las Vegas Valley, make sure you subscribe below and tap that bell so that we can keep you up to date and let you definitely know when we release new videos. In today's videos, we're jumping into those pros and those cons. First and foremost, when people think about purchasing here in Las Vegas, they always want, they don't always, but sometimes people will come to Las Vegas and they'll say, well, we're either thinking Summerlin or we're thinking Henderson. Now, fun fact, Summerlin is its own master plan community within the city of Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Valley, we'll jump onto the Google Maps a little bit later so you can really know what I'm about to say here. The Las Vegas Valley, which is surrounded by beautiful mountains, is made up of three separate cities. That city is the city of Las Vegas, there is North Las Vegas, and then there is the city of Henderson, which actually is one of the second largest cities here in the state of Nevada. So with that, Henderson is its own separate thing, and we're going to jump over to you really quickly the Google Maps before we take you guys any further so you know exactly where it is that we are talking about. So jumping over to Google Maps really quickly, here we're going to show you guys this area here. This is that Las Vegas Valley that I told you guys about, how we're surrounded by all of these mountains. So basically all of this is our 215 that goes around the Las Vegas Valley. We're down here now in the Henderson area. That's the 215 that goes around. But if we were to do this full circle here, then of course all of that is going to be the Las Vegas Valley. That is where we basically are surrounded by nothing but beautiful mountains. Now, if we were to look down into this area, which is going to be the lower sort of, I'd say the lower, I don't know, the right side of it. Let me get rid of this red first. The lower side of this area is going to be our Henderson. So if we were to type in here, Henderson, Las Vegas, or Henderson, Nevada, you'll see this sort of kind of red perforated around the city of Henderson. That's Henderson. So that's the meat and potatoes of Henderson. So again, we're sort of kind of that southeast feel of that Las Vegas Valley. And again, Summerlin is over here more on the west side of the valley, and not necessarily its own separate city, but again, in the city of Las Vegas. So that's our Google map. That's that little fun information in regards to Summerlin versus the actual city of Henderson. Now, jumping into these pros and cons. Now, pro number one in regards to moving to Henderson is it is just that. Like we just said, it is its own separate city. It has its own mayor. It has its own police department, all of those different types of things, its own municipalities, all that. It's its own separate city. Again, one of our second largest cities here in the state of Nevada. So that's a fantastic thing for most people. Most people don't realize that. They think it's sort of a suburb of Las Vegas. When you're in the valley, do all of us that actually live here in Las Vegas and in the Las Vegas Valley, do we think of North Las Vegas? Do we think of Henderson still as Vegas when we're driving in those areas? Yeah, we still think of them as Las Vegas, but at the same time, we do know it's its own separate city. So pro number two in regards to moving to the Henderson area. You may have heard this. This is definitely one of the things that gave it a lot of great attention is Forbes magazine years ago. I think it was in 2018, 19 or 19 and 20 or whatever it may be, ranked Henderson, and it definitely comes up a lot, not just in Forbes, but in other publications as well, as the second safest city in the nation. And that's a big thing. That is a huge thing. So Henderson wears that proudly in regards to being a safe area, in regards to people being able to safely walk streets, all those different types of things. And Forbes, and like we said, that comes from Forbes magazine, that comes from other publications in regards to safest city in the nation. That's a big, huge thing. So that's definitely a pro in regards to moving to the Henderson area. Now, another pro, and I'm looking down here at my notes really quickly, is going to be things like the shopping, the dining, and all those different types of things. When you think think of Henderson, we're right next door to Las Vegas. Of course, it being Henderson has its own things like Green Valley Ranch, its own certain areas where people will go, they will do their shopping. Smith's just opened up a really huge, beautiful sort of central large store that connects Lake Las Vegas to the other parts of Henderson. So a lot of shopping is there. It's definitely much more built up than it was years ago. When I first moved here 20 years ago, when I first moved here, even before then, Henderson wasn't really the area that I necessarily went to a lot. It was a little further out, all those different types of things. Yet at the same time, it's definitely grown so much in that sense. So a lot of shopping, a lot of great foods, a lot of restaurants, Green Valley Ranch, there is casinos out there, all those different resorts in regards to entertainment, all of those different types of things are there. So shopping, entertainment, it still is very much there in Henderson. Yeah, another pro is going to be in regards to the schools. Now, a lot of people definitely, when they do their homework, looking at Las Vegas, looking at Henderson, sometimes, especially in the Las Vegas area, our schools are not ranked very well. However, we do a great job with other schools, like our charter schools, our private schools. Some of our public schools are definitely renowned and all those kind of great things. You have to go on and you have to do your homework in regards to what you may be looking for. Maybe your child is involved in a particular activity. We're going to encourage you guys to definitely go on to greatschools.org. Again, greatschools.org. You can type in the information that you're looking for, the activities that you're looking for, the classes that you may be looking for, and you can see those rankings in regards to the schools here. And now Henderson definitely steps up in regards to what is available for kids and what's available as far as their academia, as far as their athletics and all those different types of things. So again, greatschools.org. But another reason that people will look at Henderson, and it's pretty obvious, this is the Las Vegas Valley. The outdoors is going to be a huge thing, and Henderson does not shy away from that either. There is so much outdoor activity in the Henderson area. It's huge. There's so many parks. There's so many golf courses. There's so many things to do, so many trails, so much hiking, all those different types of things in regards to being able to enjoy the beautiful outdoors. Getting outdoors to Lake Las Vegas, getting outdoors to Lake Mead, all of those incredible outdoor activities that people are able to do in the Henderson area is definitely a huge pro in regards to why people are moving to the Henderson area. So with having that ability to get to to get to the water, all those different types of things is so huge. So again, outdoor activity, having, like I said, 62 parks here in the Henderson area is huge for a lot of people. That gives them so many more opportunities. And with those parks, they're actually connected to a lot of our trails and things that span throughout Henderson, that even branch into the Las Vegas area. All of those different reasons, the activities that you can do outdoors, all the things you can do outdoors with your kids if you have kids, in regards to the parks, and if you have, like I am, a fur dad and all that kind of good stuff, you have those kind of babies, you can get them outdoors, you can get them parks, so many different other options in regards to being able to get outside. We have more than, this is probably another pro, 300 plus days of sun here in Las Vegas with beautiful temperatures. So you're going to want to be able to get outdoors. You're going to want to play on some of these great golf courses that we have. You're going to want to be able to get on the tennis courts like I love to do. You're going to want to be able to get out and do all these different types of things, play baseball, play football, play soccer, all of these different types of things that gets us outdoors here in the Las Vegas Henderson area with more than 300, like I said, 300 plus days of beautiful sunshine. Now, another pro is, just like I said, the sunshine, the weather, all those things are definitely reasons that people are going to be moving to the Henderson area. They love it because there is so much sun. There is such great weather. So that is one reason people are definitely enjoying it. Now, we're learning to get to the weather in the sense of it being a pro and a con for some people. You may hear this on the con side as well. But sometimes when we get a little bit too hot, July, August, we get a little bit hot out here, people will be able to get to other areas. They'll get to that lake where they can cool down. They'll be able to get up to Mount Charleston, all those different types of areas that can drop temperatures down maybe 10-15 degrees, what you experience here in the valley, but you can get up to that Mount Charleston, get some really cooler weather and all those different types of things. So with that, I'm talking about those little areas you can jet away to. I'm going to talk to you guys about location being another pro in regards to moving to Henderson. Because of Henderson, you can get to those things like the Lake Mead side. You have Lake Mead on one side, and then on the other side of it, you have, whether or not you like it or enjoy it, the Las Vegas Strip. You can get right next door to to the Las Vegas Strip. 20 minutes, depending on where you're coming from in the Henderson area, you have the Las Vegas Strip. 20 minutes on the other side, you're heading out to Lake Mead, all those different things, and even Lake Las Vegas. It was voted the second safest city in the country. That's huge. And with that, so much is into the community in regards to what you're able to do, what families are able to do, what individuals are able to do, whomever it may be, you're able to be a part of the community. And that is a huge draw in regards to why people are moving here to the Henderson area. And this one is a great one. I love this pro. Location. Location is what you hear all the time in real estate. But the location of Henderson is so fantastic. I said a little bit of it earlier. You had the Lake Las Vegas you could get out to when you're directly here in the valley, and then you had the Strip on the other side. But in addition to Henderson having those internal sort of kind of valley locations, Henderson is great because you still can get over to the Harry Reid International Airport, and you can jump on a plane. You can get yourself out to California. You can get yourself out to Arizona, you can get yourself out to Hawaii, you can get yourself out internationally. All of these different types of things you can do inexpensively, and you can get it to an international airport. You can get yourself out to these areas. You can take drives on the weekend. Phenomenal, beautiful area of Henderson. Lake Las Vegas, stunning homes, stunning communities, a little further out, but at the same time, like I said earlier in the video, we're having more things like that huge Smith grocery store that's connecting people from the Lake Las Vegas area closer to the Henderson, or closer to the more inward parts of Henderson, and all those kind of great things. And this is a huge pro, and most people definitely know about this, but sometimes you don't think about Henderson being a part of that Las Vegas scenario. But no state income tax. That's a fantastic thing. A lot of people love that. Corporations move here to the Henderson area or move over to the Las Vegas area so that we can take advantage of those no state income taxes. And on top of that, we also have really great property taxes. People are moving from like California, from Texas, and all those different types of things, experiencing really high property taxes, and they get here to the Henderson area or get here over to the Las Vegas area, and they see that those property taxes are so low in comparison to the areas that they may have left. So again, not something to sneeze at. Being able to come here to the Henderson area and save 13-14% on state taxes is a lot of money going back into people's pockets. So another great reason people are moving here to the Henderson area. And its sister city, of course, this is definitely going to be a huge pro. When you live here in the Henderson area, you don't necessarily want to be a part of that Strip or that Las Vegas energy. You can be in Henderson, but another pro is Las Vegas is 15-20 minutes away, like we said earlier. Just jumping on the 215, getting out there, depending on what areas of Henderson you're coming from. If you're coming from as far out as the lake, you're probably going to be looking at maybe 35-40 minutes getting to the Strip. But other areas, the closer areas of Henderson, you can get to the Strip in 10-15 minutes. Enjoy the beauty of the Strip. You can do things from a beautiful shows to entertainment to foods to shopping, all those different types of great things. Sports, of course, we're hearing more about that. All of these different types of things in regards to getting to the Strip, which is a huge pro for people who don't necessarily want to live in Las Vegas or live necessarily on the Strip in that sense, but be close enough to it where you still can enjoy it. So again, a pro, the Strip. And a pro that I'm going to throw in there is going to be community. Henderson, like I said, when I first moved here to the Las Vegas area, maybe like 22 years ago, Henderson wasn't one of those areas that was on necessarily my radar. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, just wasn't on my radar. But at that particular time, and since that time, it has grown so much. Community has grown so much in this particular area. You have incredible builders. You have so much building going on. You have areas like Inspirata. You have areas like Anthem. You have areas like McDonald Highlands. You have areas like there's so many different communities that are growing up, popping up, that people are really drawn to. Now, even with that growth in that regards, we still are trying to catch up with the demand. The demand is pretty big, but at the same time, that growth, that community, you have everything to do in the sense of Henderson. They're doing a lot. The mayors, people that are working on the councils, all those different councilmen, councilwomen, they're working so much to give activities to people that are living here in the Henderson area, from beautiful farmers markets to activities. They have last Fridays. We have first Fridays in Las Vegas. They have last Fridays in the Henderson area. The Water District, Water Street in the Henderson area. Fantastic area, fantastic community where they have tons of shopping, food, activity, community activities, people coming together. They do trunk or treats during the Halloween time. They do beautiful festivities and lights and everything else. If you celebrate Christmas and celebrate those holidays during that season, a lot of activity that's down there in the Water Street area. So a lot of community is happening in the Henderson area, which I think is phenomenal, and it draws so many people, and people love that sense of community when it comes to living in the Henderson area. And again, being rated the second safest city in really the country. We're not just talking about here in Nevada. It's not the second safest city in Nevada. It just came back from Palm Springs. We celebrated Vincent's, my husband's birthday, 3 days or 4 days? 4 days of a weekend trip out to Palm Springs. That took us less than 4 hours getting out there. You can get on the other side. You can get out to Arizona. You can get up to Utah. All of these different types of things. You can get out to LA. You can get out to other parts of California. Location is so fantastic in regards to living here in the Henderson area. And those are just a few things in regards to some of the pros and the reasons that people are moving here to the Henderson area. Again, no state income taxes, second safest city voted on by Forbes magazine and other publications. We said the no state income taxes already. The schools, all those different types of things that are happening. The location, in addition to the location as well, one of the great things in the Inspirada area is that the Las Vegas Raiders has a practice facility right there in Inspirada. And when they're in their off season, you can go into that practice season, or you can go into that practice arena scheduled. I think you have to have tickets and all those types of things, but you're able to see them practice and you're able to get involved in that. If you're a sports person like I am, and you enjoy that kind of thing. But another opportunity, you can see, I think also that the Henderson, we also have the Silver Knights. Now we know that we have the Vegas Golden Knights, which is our NHL team, but we also have a minor league, which is the Silver Knights here in the Henderson area. Another reason that people really enjoy. So a lot of sports and all those different types of things are happening here. So those were a few of the pros in regards to why people are choosing Henderson, Nevada. Again, separate city, its own thing. I know people think Henderson or Summerlin, but again, Summerlin is a master plan community in Las Vegas. Henderson, its own separate, beautiful city. Now, in regards to a few of our cons, in regards to why people sort of kind of look at Henderson, let's throw out some of those cons. And one of the cons, when especially you get to know Las Vegas Valley and you live here, Henderson can be the cost of living can be higher in Henderson. Now, this is going to be all relative, because the cost of living in regards to places like California, in regards to places like New York, in regards to places like Hawaii, some of the different areas of Canada, those different things, China, where people are moving here to the Henderson area, it doesn't seem expensive at all, because we're still very, very affordable in that sense. But yet again, when you live here, when you've gotten used to the prices, you've gotten used to lifestyle here, Henderson can be definitely higher. The cost of living can be higher. There's going to be a smaller amount in regards to what we're building out there. The builders are definitely stepping up. They're trying to keep up with that demand, but the inventory is definitely lower in that sense. And so the cost of living is higher. More people are looking to move into that area. More people are definitely moving into that area. When you have a higher demand and you have a lower supply, unfortunately, that's going to be bringing up your cost of living. So some of your utilities may be a little bit higher. You can definitely check those things out, and you'll be different at different times. We do have a Henderson cost of living video. We can definitely, I'm not sure if we'll hook that up somewhere here on this video, or if we'll be able to maybe come back later on and add it. But we do have a cost of living in the Henderson area, so definitely make sure that you check that. So that is somewhat of a con, but again, all relative. Con in regards to living here in the Las Vegas Valley, but at the same time, not a con compared to people that still move here from Henderson, that move here from California, Hawaii, all those different places. They're like, well, my gosh, I can still get 2 of these houses compared to, $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, $2 house that I'm looking to buy there in California. So cost of living can be higher, but again, all relative. Another con is going to be, we have hard water. It's hard water in regards to piping and all those different types of things. It's not that it's unsafe. I personally I'm not used to drinking from the taps here, but you're not going to, die from anything if you drink from taps. But at the same time, the water is very hard here. Like from the shower, sometimes it felt very hard when I first moved here, all those different types of things. So a lot of people, when they move here to the Henderson area, or even in the Las Vegas area as well, we're used to adding or having what's called soft water loops, or putting water loops into your pipes and all those different types of things to help cut those minerals down, cut some of those kind of hard, callousy things that sort of kind of start building up around your the spouts and all that different types of stuff. So hard water can be very rough here on your skin. Drinking is not the best, all that kind of good stuff. But at the same time, again, when you find the solution, when you find that solution in regards to putting on those soft water loops or putting on a water loop, all that kind of good stuff, it can be something that's, of course, livable. But again, hard water is definitely something that's somewhat of a con here in the Henderson area. And like we said before, it is the Las Vegas Valley, but again, this is a pro and a con in a sense, but a lot of people look at it as a con, is our weather. The weather can be hot. I mean, it can be hot. You just get used to knowing that July, August time frame is a rough time to be here in the Henderson area. So some people definitely make sure they get out to the lake. Like we said, it's just like, a good 20 minutes out, whatever it may be, in regards to getting to Lake Las Vegas or getting out to Lake Mead. We definitely know the waters are definitely are lower. We get that. We're not going anywhere weather-wise. We still have enough water. We get water from Colorado River, all that kind of good stuff. We've done videos on the water shortage and everything else that's here. It's definitely happening, but we're doing great things in regards to water conservation here in the Henderson area, also in the Las Vegas area. But at the same time, our weather is huge, but we have solutions. We do great things. We get out of town. We go to Lake Mead. We go up to Mount Charleston, all those different types of things just to try and cut down on those really two extremely unbearable months, which is, again, it's going to be that like July, August time frame. So those are your options. But again, it's one of the reasons that people love moving here to the Henderson area is because of the other 300 plus days of beautiful weather. Another con. Again, all relative, but this one is something that's we're seeing a lot more of, is traffic. Traffic, especially on the away from the freeways, all those different types of things, because Henderson is going to be that place that everybody really wants to be. Henderson, that Summerlin area, whatever it may be, people are coming to Henderson. They really want to be here. We're getting a lot of traffic. We're getting a lot of drivers. We've got to be very careful on the roads here. A lot of people coming from different areas. And we're learning and we're getting used to Henderson traffic. We're getting used to the way that people drive a little bit more casually, a little bit more calmly. But at the same time, there are a lot of people out there that are rough in regards to their driving. So you want to be careful in that traffic. But traffic on some of the side streets, more people are moving to the area because it's a beautiful area, second safest city. It's going to draw a lot of attention, but traffic is definitely one of those cons that are starting to happen. Again, like I say, it's relative. It's not the kind of traffic that you experience like in LA. You're not sitting in traffic for 2 hours or something like that. It's nothing like that at all. But when you become used to living here in Las Vegas Valley, the Henderson area, you're sort of kind of used to zipping across back and forth the valley and getting to places rather quickly. So when you have to go a little slower every now and then, it gets a little bit, annoying, if you will. But again, not like California, not like the craziness of New York City, not like craziness of Paris or anything like that. But it starts to become relative once you've lived here. So a little bit more people are living here. So a little bit more traffic in that sense. Now, again, another thing that could be either a pro or a con, but this one definitely is something that's very, that a lot of people are very, they are concerned with or open to, and that's going to be HOAs. Those are going to be your homeowner associations. Now, some people love them, some people hate them, but Henderson definitely has HOAs. So it's going to be those places, those subdivisions that give you sort of kind of the CC&Rs, those sort of kind of the rules and the regulations in regards to what has to occur when you live in those particular areas. Now, when you're purchasing a property here in the Henderson area, you definitely want to make sure you're connecting with a great real estate agent in that regard. And we can go over those CC&Rs together when we're in the process of purchasing the property. When we get that package, you'll have 5 days to review those rules. You definitely want to make sure you're comfortable with those rules and regulations of that subdivision. But for some people, they just don't like those CC&Rs. They don't like having an HOA and all those different types of things. So sometimes that's extremely annoying to them. So that could be a con for you, depending on what you like, what you don't like, and all those types of different things. So pro and a con, but nonetheless, we'll put it on the con side for right now. And then also, in regards to a con, it's sort of a fun internal Las Vegas Valley thing that we sort of kind of refer to one of our areas, one of our older areas of Henderson. And I think that sometimes this name takes over all of Henderson and people have to get past that, because a lot of the Summerlin folks and folks that live more so in the Las Vegas area, like I said, I really didn't have Henderson on my mind when I first came here, but some people call and refer to Henderson. It's more a smaller area of Henderson, but they do sort of look at Henderson as Hendertucky. Now, I lived in Kentucky for a little while, and I also I really enjoy Henderson, but I get where people are coming from. But nonetheless, that's a little tongue in cheek, a little poke fun of Henderson, because it is an older area. It is one of those areas that did not and does not have a lot of HOAs. So a lot of older homes, a lot of that kind of dirt roads were in that area for a long time. So people playfully, refer to it still as sort of that Hendertucky area. You want to be careful when you go out there. It has been built up. A lot is going on in that particular areas. Yes, there are still definitely a lot of older homes and still in Hendertucky. But again, I think it's more fun and, tongue in cheek, poking fun at it, all that kind of good stuff. But that's an area where a lot of people sort of kind of steered away from Henderson for a while. But again, being here now for 20 plus years, getting to know all the great things about Henderson, I absolutely love Henderson. If you're looking to move here to the Henderson area, looking to buy or sell here, please make sure you reach out. If I haven't introduced myself, my name is Levert Pompey Bennyfield. I am a team leader here in the Henderson as well as the Las Vegas and the North Las Vegas area. And we help people just like yourself. It doesn't matter if it's 9 days, 90 days, whatever it may be. Make sure you reach out. I'd love to hear your comments down below in regards to what you may consider a pro or a con here in the Henderson, Nevada area. And we'll make sure that we'll include those things in our next video. So with that, we look forward to hearing from you guys. And if we can be of service in regards to moving you to one of the safest cities in the country, then make sure that you reach out to us. We'd love to make sure that we can be of service. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care.